So Kim, love the concept of an open mic night at a library. I think it's such a great concept. Do you think holding an open mic night at a library will allow more people to feel comfortable and come out?
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that, and that's part of the reason that we did it where we did it, that it would encourage all ages and all genres and all levels to come out and try and get their music heard or their art.
You know, let's go back a little bit and talk about your beginnings in music. You're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're out there performing all over the Cape, probably beyond the Cape as well. But how did you get your start? When did you start really playing out?
Well, I had stage fright for a very, very, very long time, and it was through open mics that I found my confidence. And I started doing it professionally about 2.5 years ago. Prior to that, though, my mother was a classical pianist, and she gave lessons to neighborhood kids, guitar lessons, when I was 14, and I had to type up the lyric sheets to earn my lessons. And that's when I started playing guitar. Put it aside for a while, went back and forth with it, and then put it aside for a long while I had a family and raised my kids, and then decided about 8 years ago to pick it up again. But stage fright kept me at home and in the basement until the open mics. So.
And you're not alone in that, I'm sure. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are great, great musicians, very talented individuals who just don't want to go out there and do that. Is that why you started this open mic series at the Centerville Public Library?
That's exactly why we started this series, because there are so many people out there who have talent and who have the love and have the desire, but they're a little bit shy, or they don't get the opportunity really to get behind a mic. And this gives them the space, and it gives them the support that they need to move forward.
And we're all our worst critics, right?
Absolutely.
We're all our own worst critic. And I think maybe having a little bit of positive feedback, because if you aren't willing to play out in front of other people, you're not going to get positive feedback to give you the confidence you need. So really important, I think, for individuals. At Love Watching, you get an array of performers. I mean, every style is welcome.
We've had students from the middle school. We've had classical artists. My friend Misao Koyama, who is a jazz pianist and a piano teacher, offers to play for free at the open mic. All you have to do is come and bring your sheet music, and she'll accompany you. Plus, she's played there before. We have clarinet to guitar to poets to spoken word, you name it, and they've been there.
Wow, that is so cool. There's no charge to join in and participate in the open night mic, which is another great resource for our community, because a lot of people don't have, they wouldn't necessarily take that step if they had to pay for it.
Exactly.
But you do something to help the community while hosting the open mic night. You actually ask for donations to a local food pantry.
Yes, I do. I'm a strong believer in giving back to our community. We're all part of the same great big circle, and so the only thing that I ask for at the open mic is a donation for the local food pantry.
And you're actually, that food pantry is Family Pantry of Cape Cod.
Thank you.
They do such great work all over Cape Cod. So important to support that. Have you heard any feedback from participants who've taken part in the open mic night?
I've heard such positive feedback, but one story I will share. A gentleman walked in. He hadn't played music, evidently, I learned later, for quite some time. He saw, when he went into the library, he saw the poster that was on the wall, decided last minute to come in because his wife was out of town. And he told me the story when he came back the next month. And he said, I was in a very not good place that day, and I thought, what the heck, I'll just go in and see what it's about. And he said the environment was so welcoming and so comfortable that I played music that I hadn't played for years, and I'm back again. And the people that were here that day made a difference in my life.
You know, isn't that neat too? Because sometimes we don't think about art as therapy, but it really can be. It can make you involved in your community in a way that you hadn't been before, or it can just reignite that passion inside you that helps us to make the most of life.
Absolutely. Well, I think, we all want two things. We all want to be accepted and respected. And things like this open mic or other open mics that you'll find all across the Cape offer that opportunity.
And you've had a variety, not only different styles of music, but you've also had a variety of age ranges. So you've had an 8-year-old perform and an 82-year-old perform. That's quite a range.
At the very first open mic, we had a very good crowd turnout, and that was the range that one night. 8 years old to a woman who read her poetry. She was in her early 80s. It was fantastic.
It's beautiful. It must be very heartwarming to see. Do you get to see, too, people participate and come back and sort of watch them grow and even see their confidence flourish?
That's part of the fun of it for me, is to be able to see someone will come in and, you know, they've learned a cover song, but then all of a sudden they think, geez, you know, maybe I'm going to try my hand at writing a song. And they'll come in and they'll have a partially finished or a 3/4 finished song, and they'll get feedback and they'll get encouragement, and that's growth.
Yeah, so exciting. And I know the Centerville Library has been such a great partner for you. You guys teamed up to help do this. And it's become a monthly event at the Centerville Library. So this happens the second Tuesday of every month.
Correct.
What time would we show up? So I think registration begins at 5:30?
Yes, the sign-up sheet is set up at 5:30. The open mic runs from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Depending on how busy it is, but you can count on 2 songs anyway, sometimes more, depending on the crowd.
Wonderful. And if you don't have 2 songs, is it okay to just come with one?
Of course, yes,
Yeah,
it is.
wonderful. So no rules at the coffee house.
No rules, nope.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kim, for stopping by and telling us all about the coffee house. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And super big thanks to the Centerville Library and the folks there who have given us that amazing space downstairs to be able to host something so wonderful.
I'll have to come check it out. Thanks
you.
so much. We really appreciate it. Of course, our guest today, Kim Moberg, she is a singer, songwriter, hosting the Craigville Coffee House every month at the Centerville Library.